Hey twin. Happy 111 portal. It's also All Saints Day, and so I like to give thanks to all of us, gratitude for being bridges between this realm and the realms of the beyond. But I did an event yesterday. This is the second time I've done this corporate event, and it went pretty well last year, so they asked me back this year. And this year was different because last year I was out in the main room and there was also a face painter there, and they had also asked her back this year as well. And we were like side by side. Well, this year the manager of the event had told me that they renovated the break room for the staff, and they were gonna put me in the conference room that's adjacent to the main room. So at first I was like, okay, I wonder if anyone's gonna, find me in here. Like, it was this huge conference table, and here I am set up at the end of it. Couldn't need much room. And she was like, yeah, and then that way, the readings can be a little more personal. I was like, okay, yeah, like, that's also good to have a little bit of privacy, because the exchange of energy, when I'm reading, I'm very much in command of my energy and my boundaries, and allowing others to siphon my energy or not, I know when they're siphoning or when they're just exchanging, right? Thank you, puppy. So it gives me, hold on. Okay, so like, there's a lot of chaos going on right now. Like, there's just all these emotions, all these thoughts, all these actions, all these frequencies, okay? All these frequencies that are just rushing about, just like, ooh, mad dashing. It's just, okay, so I was, at first was like, okay, I wonder if anyone's gonna find me in here. I'll probably just be chilling for the next couple hours. And got some coffee, got some water, and an apple, and I was just hanging out. Didn't have any service down there, so I was just sitting there, in silence. I used to get triggered a lot by silence, and now it's like, well, certain silences would trigger me. I mean, certain silences from certain people would trigger me especially. But now it's just like, the silence has grown even more and more comfortable to where I prefer silence most of the time, because that allows the more subtleties of the universe to filter through. And I'm so grateful and appreciative for those moments. And I know you are too, twin. Like, you just you just find yourselves in those moments and know that the silence is speaking volumes to you. You found out so much more in silence than you ever have from words spoken from anyone else. And the thing about words is that they can never be taken back. Once they're said, they're said. Yeah, you can apologize and everything, but words are cheap, but they cut like a knife. So I was sitting there hanging out, and then 3 people were like basically fighting through the door to get in, and this one woman made it in, and she was like, yes, I was looking for you. And I was like, you were looking for me? And she's like, yeah, they told me you were gonna be here, and I wanted you to do a reading for me. I was like, oh, so you've had readings before, obviously. And she's like, oh yeah. She's like, I have 3 readers on rotation. I was like, oh, okay, cool, like, that's good. And so of course, most people want to know about love, their careers, and what's the next steps to take in life. And of course, she was just wanting me to confirm the messages that her own intuition has given her about the relationship that she's currently in. And it's cute because I find myself doing that as well, not actively seeking the information, because I already have all the information I need from the silence, but readings will just come up on YouTube for me and everyone's saying the same thing, and I'm like, okay. The 3D affirms my intuition in every moment, and I affirm the universe with my existence, so it's only natural that is to happen, and that's available to all of us. We just allow ourselves to receive, being in the receptive energy. So, the spread that came, I pulled three, I had her 3 cards for her that the universe wanted her to see. And I remember the first card and the second card. It was the moon. What was the second card? And then the last card was the 4 of Wands. Anyway, it was a really great spread, and I told her, I was like, you really like already know what's gonna happen in this relationship. You already see the end. You're already living in the end of this relationship, and so it's gonna go that way. And she's like, okay, yeah. She's like, great. She goes, but he's gone silent. And I was like, oh, that's fine. Maybe he's working on himself. Maybe he's, getting things prepared for this huge event that's coming up for you guys. This huge event that he knows you're both in, that he's also living in that end with you. So he's making preparations for that celebration. And so she was like, oh, okay, great. She's like, yes, it was a really great reading. I was really happy that she came to meet me, and it was just like that the rest of the day, like the rest of the event. Like, people were just fighting to get to my table, and then when I had someone sitting at my table, I would just see like all these other people trying to come in through the opposite doors, and they would see someone there, and then they'd leave, and then they'd come back, and then leave. And it's just like, you've got all these people wanting to meet you. You've got all these people wanting to be around you, twin, because you're just so amazing. Your energy, your vibe, your aura, it's all about the aura. It really is. It's like, there's literally, if the aura is on, everything else could be obsolete. Because recognize real. It's like, it's just the connection. Just those that are meant for you are gonna be in your life, and those that aren't, they're gonna reveal themselves to you soon enough. And I also met another person who, she hardly gave me any information about her. And as I was reading her card, I pulled a Halloween oracle for her. And as I was looking at it, I was like, you talk to spirits, don't you? I was like, you're a medium. And she's like, yes. How did you know? I was like, well, I was like, you're here. I'm here. I was like, I'm a reflection of you. I go, I talk to spirits as well. I go, I actually had an experience the other night. I was making my son's mini Uncle Sam hat. He's Captain Spaulding this year for Halloween. And I was finishing that up for him. And as I was making the hat, I heard like this tapping on my door. And I'm home alone, So it was on the inside of the door. Like, it wasn't outside. It was tapping on the inside of the door. And I said, oh, hello. I go, you come to visit? I said, okay. If you're aligned, you may stay. But if you're not aligned, you gotta get the fuck out. And and it just started like kind of making some more noise, and I was feeling like some chills, not in like a comfortable chill way, like just icky chills. And so I said, you see that selenite right there by the door? That's your ticket to get out. And it stopped. I left. Because these energies are you. They're all just you. Take what you want, or take with you what you want and leave what you don't. There's no good and bad. There's no good and evil. It's just what things you would do, things you wouldn't do, what you would contribute and what you take away, or what you receive. I would love to say receive, because taking just feels more actionable, right? Giving is actionable, receiving is receptive. But it's just, there's been like lots of tears and cold sweats and nervousness and knots and butterflies, and it's just like something amazing is happening. I mean, every day something amazing happens. Amazingness occurs in every moment. I mean, us just being here is amazing. But there's like this anticipation building. It's bubbling and brewing within. And I know that soon enough, that energy will release and reveal itself. So I'm just kind of sitting comfortably in this silence and just knowing and just hearing so much, just hearing so much. But I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go hang out and have some fun. And I'll see you soon, twin. Take care. Love ya.